Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
It is Danny Bonaduce, a life coach. You want to call me right now? I've given you the number, but I'll give it again. 1-800-252-1025. Or we have an email address if you want to go by email. lifecoach@kzok.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let's go to the phones and talk to Becky in Tacoma. Good morning, Becky.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
All right, what's up?
Well, my son is 21.
Yeah.
And he is having a get-together at the house with all his friends.
Mm-hmm.
But I worry because my longtime, well, I'll just say husband, we've been together for 18 years.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Did you know that there's no common law marriage in Washington?
Right,
Well,
exactly.
Isn't that weird? So we're just still girlfriends and boyfriends after 18 years. That's crazy. Well, I'm glad you still love each other. More from your question, please.
My question is, he suffers from alcoholism,
right,
and almost like on a daily basis, and I'm really worried because his friends are coming over, including my son's father, and I'm really worried about this. What can I do?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Can I do anything?
It doesn't have a black and white answer, to be honest. My knee-jerk reaction is say, hey, you know what? You're going to have to tell your husband the life goes on. Okay, he's an alcoholic. I absolutely understand that, but that's something that happened. It's something that he's working on every day of his life, and he can't really be a burden, if you will, to other people. You know, I go to bars and things like that, but having said that, this is a very high-pressure day. His girlfriend's kid is now 21. Booze all over the place. They're coming by to say, yeah, I'm 21. I waited all this time. I can't believe we get to drink. So they're going to be over and they're going to be drunk and they're going to be stupid because that's what 21-year-olds do. And then the kid's father's coming over. That's right. The ex-husband and his girlfriend. It's all such high pressure. Have you discussed any of this with your boyfriend?
Yes.
And?
It's one of those things. It is what it is, and it ends up in an argument. So I just assume, let it go.
So,
what can I do?
Have you asked him just an easy question? Hey, is this going to be a really tough day on you, sweetheart? Have you done that? Just take it that way.
I don't know. There's, like I said, I get to the point where if he drinks, then we just don't talk.
No, and it's he shouldn't drink ever. There should be never an excuse. Hey, it was my son's 21st birthday. My wife's ex-husband was over. There's no excuse for backsliding, but that's what alcoholics do. And not only that, they lie about it. I was just talking to Sarah about this morning. There's no reason an alcoholic's going to cheat on the way home from work and then lie to the people that love him. It's a tough thing. I would say you're going to have to ask his opinion about it and say, is this going to be too rough on you? And then throw it out there. Go somewhere else. And don't throw it out there like you're throwing him out of the door. It's more like you're giving him permission. You wanted to go out with the boys that night. You got some friends. You're going to have that card game, whatever it is. Let him know that it's his option whether to stay or not and that you won't be mad. And then he's going to make the right choice. Unless he drinks me over it, then it's the wrong choice. But I say you got to leave it up to him. He's a grown man. And I, as a recovering alcoholic myself, you don't want to pamper these people too much. Just let him have his choice about what he's going to do. So hang in there, Becky, because it sounds like a high-stress day for you. But then again, you get to drink. I'll see you, Becky.
The next caller for Danny Bonaduce Life Coach is Cecilia in Seattle.
Hello, Cecilia.
Hello.
What's up?
I'll try to make this as concise as possible. My grandmother is 95, and she has dementia. My mom has power of attorney, and she takes care of all my grandmother's bills and everything. My uncle, he lives with my grandmother. He never left home.
Your uncle lives with your grandmother?
I'm sorry, what?
Does your uncle live with your grandmother?
Yeah, he lives with my grandmother, never left. He's never really had a steady job.
Ooh.
And so he has kind of blindsided my mother. Well, not really blindsided, but he's gone to a lawyer and he's asking for more money per month. She gives them $700 a month for groceries and gas, and he's asking for $2,500. And I know he's just going to pocket the money because he's shown to do that. But it's actually he and one of our cousins who is well respected with the family, but I don't know. We were my mom feels betrayed by a lot of the members of the family.
You know why your mother feels betrayed?
And I'm sorry, I can't hear anything you're saying.
I know. I just realized that. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Man,
that's
this is
better.
a professional radio show. I said, do you know why your mother feels betrayed?
Well, because they had
Because she was betrayed is the right answer. This guy that's the answer is why she feels betrayed is because she should feel betrayed. She was betrayed by this guy who, behind her back, went to this lawyer to try and almost triple the money he takes home from hanging out with her. So what's the exact deal?
Well, I'm feeling helpless out here because they're actually in New Jersey, and I just don't know what to do. Like, should I contact the cousin and ask him what his intentions are? My parents are, doing the legal thing. We're going back and forth between the lawyers and taking care of that. But I wanted to know what I should do.
All right, well, I don't really understand. And calm down there. See, you've called Danny Bonaduce, life coach. I have all the answers. But the fact of the matter is, your mom has power of attorney. That kind of, the lawyer doesn't really have that much power anymore. Once somebody's been given power of attorney, why would you go to another attorney? Your mom should be able to shut this guy down, and he's have to sue your grandmother or sue your mom to get more money. Has anybody sued your mom?
I don't think so.
Then this is a lot of talk now, and nobody's really doing anything. Everybody's threatening everything. And here's what I think your mom should do is, and it's not that hard for her to do, she should just shut the doors to the fine. If the guy asks for something that's reasonable, $700 a month for food and groceries sounds fairly legal to me. As a matter of fact, it sounds slight. If she wanted to say, you know what, I'll bump it up to $1,000 a month. And why will I do that? Because I have power of attorney, and that's what this woman wanted me to do. That's why she did it before she went into dementia. I am the iron fist of this lady's money and assets, and you don't get any. And don't be a jerk. And the fact of the matter is, with power of attorney, she doesn't have to do anything. She already won. This is, I'm sorry it's such an iffy deal that it involves a grandmother and things like that, but your mom won, and it doesn't sound like your uncle has the wherewithal to really hire a lawyer. I think your mom is going to win this. So the big question is, do you feel bad or not? And the answer is no. You absolutely do not feel bad. This guy did betray her, and he's a big jerk, and he spent his whole life at grandma's house. What kind of life is that? So you're all winners, and he's a loser. Thank you, Cecilia.
If you've got a question for the life coach, 800-252-1025. Call that number now. Any kind of problem, he can help you. Rebecca in Kent, you're on with Danny.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, or you can call me Becky for short.
I will call you Becky for sure because you're adorable. What's up, Becky or Becca?
Well, my ex owes me money quite a bit he defaulted on 2 promissory notes, which are now unsecured because the properties went into foreclosure. And also, to complicate it, so he's threatening to claim bankruptcy if I go after him for the money.
Right.
And to complicate it, somehow, he talked me into not having an attorney towards the end. So when we filed the paperwork, somehow I get none of his pension and he gets part of mine.
No way. That's so unfair. You worked all your life. Oh, my. How long were you married to this person?
About 8 years.
8 years, and he went after your pension. You know what? I make fun of my ex-wife a couple of times because it's fun. I gotta, you make ex-wife jokes, no big deal. But she actually said to my face when I was looking at her in a lawyer's office, and I was upset about how much money she was getting, and she said to me, "Hey, you're lucky I didn't go after your." The hell's it? Pension. She said, "You're lucky I don't go after your pension." And I didn't realize how right she was because I didn't realize I had a pension, and I do, and it's okay. They can go after your pension. This guy's a dog, and I don't like him at all. So what do you want to know?
So I do have an attorney, and he wrote a letter, and my ex responded back and said, yes, he knows he owes the money, but he can't afford it. And so I even offered to, waive all the interest on the promissory notes at this point.
Right.
And he also owes me, I just let him have a bunch of stuff, and in the paperwork it just said that he owes me half of the appraised value, which none of it's ever been appraised. So I'm not sure how to handle that part of it. Just say, forget all that, and then forget my pension.
No, I would not forget your pension. I'd say if this was all just real estate and things like that, I'd say let it go. I can tell just by talking to you, you're super cute. You're on the money. You got a job. Your finances are good. You're a good, smart person. Let all this stuff go. But the pension, I would fight tooth and nail. This will bother you for the rest of your life. Now, I don't know how much money you put into your pension. I don't know if it's a lot of money. It doesn't matter. If it's very little money, I hate it. Now, don't hire a lawyer and end up in the red. The lawyer is going to get more than, anybody would get over the pension. Don't do that to yourself, but fight to the death and let this guy know, because his finances sound like they're a disaster. Let him know you will fight to the end. And I want to hear back from you, Becca, that this guy is not going to get that pension. You'll work out a better payment plan for the house and things like that. You'll do stuff with that, but not one red set of your pension. That's yours. It's from a life you led well before him. I don't want him to get it, and I don't think he's going to get it. So let's hire your lawyer, don't get in the red, and fight as hard as you can. Don't let that guy have any of your pension. Thanks, Becca. Thank you for the call, and good luck on that. Oh, that drives me crazy, getting some of your pension. Where were you when I was working when I was 8?
Jason in Tacoma, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Good morning, Jason.
Hey, Danny. Yeah, I've sent an email to you about my mortgage situation, and it's continuing. I got a letter in the mail yesterday, dated from the 10th. Like I said, the 16th, obviously. They want to know whether or not I'm still living in the place, and I'm talking with the bank repeatedly, letting them know that I am still in the bank, but yet I'm still getting this letter telling me that it's vacant. They're going to come change the locks and winterize it and all this other stuff. So obviously, I'm going to call and let them know I'm still living in the place, but I just want to get your opinion. What would you do?
The first thing I would do is keep living there. And that is because they're going to do nothing to that house when you're living there. And that's the law. And you should pray that they do. That you're sitting there minding your own business when the bank comes up and tries to change your locks. You know what that's known? That's known as assault. They can't do that. What, are they going to make you a prisoner? I have no locks. People worry about getting in, and Jason worried about being able to get out of this house. They can't do it, my brother, and they're not going to do it. They're not going to winterize it while you're in there against your wishes. You're in control of that house while you live there. And even if you go outside and they change the locks, you have a little working room, but they might. But right now, when they ask if you're there, it's because they don't want you to be there. They want to winterize that house and then for the winter and then sell it as soon as they can, which is something they should want to do, but they don't want to worry about. They're not in the real estate business. They're in the bank business. So the question is, hey, do you still have? The answer is yes, and they're not going to do anything to your house while you still live there. What's the rest of your question?
Yeah, that's, well, I guess that's about it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Now, sometimes I'll tell you this, Jason, I'll give advice because people, these are important questions to people, and I fool around and stuff, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. This is the best advice I can give, and sometimes I wonder, is that the very best all the way around? This is the best advice, Jason. They're not going to come to your house with you inside there. You could have them arrested. Call 911. Say, there's people here picking my locks. They won't do that. Thanks for the call, Jason. I appreciate it. That's all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. And Life Coach, by the way, is brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.